Hello, everybody. What is happening? It is Saturday once again. I am just getting an update here, trying to get an update on this Colts Vikings game. I don't know if you guys are into football, but hopefully everybody is doing well this Saturday. Looks like I've got Crypto Benny in here. First comment. Hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. Yes, I hope you are as well. My weekend is not bad. I did have to get up at 6 a.m. and go to work today. This was our inventory week at my job, my regular job. And it's always a real hassle and a pain in the butt. And we have to go in on Saturday and do recounts and stuff until everything's sorted out. And actually it was a pretty good inventory. So kudos to everybody at work, even though none of them will be watching this. So what is going on today? There's a lot to talk about, actually. A lot went on this week. Optimus, stable funds, FTX, and Kevin O'Leary, and congressional hearings and stuff. It's been a busy week, actually. I'm kind of looking forward to going through some of this info. I guess I'll have to catch up on this football game here in a minute. May not have a ton of participants today because it is a holiday season. And people are out probably shopping, doing things, visiting, traveling, possibly. So to Crypto Benny, I appreciate you being here. One of a few that are watching. I do have ItzSumm3rs coming on today just to talk to him, to see what's going on. He's a new YouTuber, or not. I guess he's not really new, but he's started his channel over, and he's got a gaming channel, and he's been doing some. He's been doing some, I think it's Twitch he's on. Making cookie dough and salted caramels. Nice, very nice. So just cookie dough for cookies, or cookie dough, you're just eating cookie dough? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, Tim Shea in the house. I do appreciate you showing up, Tim. Hopefully your Saturday is going well. Let me update this real quick. I want to see who wins this game. Oh my gosh, there's 7 seconds left. If you guys are watching this game, go ahead and let me know. I don't know if this is, real time going on here. My boss actually is a huge Colts fan, and obviously they had a very crappy season, and this game doesn't really mean a ton to them, but they gave up a 33 to nothing lead at halftime. It's crazy. Monumental breakdown here at second half for the Colts. Hey to everyone that's here. Crypto Hog, thanks for showing up, bud. Hopefully your Saturday is going well. Well, I love to eat cookie dough, but we'll be back. Okay, all right. I mean, that makes sense too, right? You got to put it in cookie form. Makes it a little easier to carry around and eat. Cookie dough, eating cookie dough with your hands can be a little messy. Okay, what is going on with this game? 7 seconds left. All right, we'll just get into some stable fund content, right? Because some of you guys are here for this. So stable fund, I guess, is back in business. They've been refunding and rolling over to V2 this week, starting on the 15th. That was a couple of days ago. I didn't think I was getting mine because I was just looking on my phone, right? The app on the phone is not set up the same way the desktop version is. It's a little more difficult to view. So I didn't think I had got my rollover, but apparently I did. Right here, it came in on the 15th. So I didn't realize I had it probably for an entire day and a half, but here it is. I got 42.87, which is much more than I was supposed to get. So I'm totally fine with that. I'm not complaining at all. Now this isn't as much as I lost, that when I had this staked and they stopped it. Do I have permission to show you a funny video? Sure. You can, if you're on Twitter, DM it to me. I'll take a look at it. Hey, Benny, and D's Nuts Funny 123. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully you're having a good day. It looks like you're over on Twitch. Tim Shea, hey, Benny. Hey, Hog. I'm a little, I ran in here just at the last second to get on, to start on time because I was watching the game. OPT, oh yeah, OPT3. Yeah, we're going to get into that here in a minute. But So I want to go over stable fund. So those of you out there, I know Tim Shea got his V2 rollover because I did chat with him just a second yesterday. And so I've got mine. I'm going to get $42 per day, or yeah, for basically now we're talking dollars, $42 a day. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. I have to go onto I have to view this a different way. So this is kind of dumb. Can I go? I'm still, you're right. I'm still struggling with this live stream. I got to get to the stream here and go. Oh, there we go. Hang on. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it won't show up in here. So I don't know if I can. Yeah, you'd have to send it to me in my Twitter because I can't. There's no way for me to click on that link. I can just click on your comment, but it's not going to do anything. So your day kind of sucks, but okay overall. Excellent. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. All right, let me get off here because it's weird. Okay, back to stable fund, everybody. Stable fund did do as promised. Now, I think there are still some that have not received a refund or have not received their rollover, or maybe they're looking in the wrong place. Maybe they're on their mobile device, and you have to go through a couple of steps in order to see it on your phone. But if you go to the desktop, right, it's plain as day right there. This is in the staking. On this part here, you wouldn't know, if you're just on your dashboard, because it doesn't say anything, right? This doesn't tell you anything. It doesn't give me gives me my rewards here, but it doesn't show you a staked amount. Not that I can, unless I'm looking in the wrong spot. I don't see it. So I was actually honestly surprised that they did this, that Michael was able to at least get this far, right? One more step. But I'm happy. I mean, totally fine. I should get $300 every 7 days. That should be released. I'll take that, and I'm moving it off the platform. Probably, I may go put it into Prosperity Gem Ventures because that thing seems to be doing very well, and it's earning 2%. So I may have to use profits from here and put it over there. What's up, CryptoSmith? Shaman says, thanks, Shaman, for showing up for our Saturday chat. What's up, Crypto Smith? I appreciate you. Appreciate you being here, bud. Tim, Benny Hogg, gang's all here. Hey, Shaman. ItzSumm3rs from Ohio. I once saw his videos. He was wearing a Cleveland Brown shirt. I'm not sure. I haven't really spoken to him. He should be here. I haven't got any messages, so hopefully he'll be showing up here soon. I just wanted to chat with him, and I promised him earlier on that I would bring him on the channel. Not like it's a big prize coming on my channel, but he was new, and he was struggling a little bit with basically getting bullied, on Twitter and stuff when he had his channel from Terrarium Maxis. Surprise, surprise. And I offered him some words of encouragement and told him I'd, bring him on the show, get him a little more exposure to my group of people, my community. So he seems like a super nice guy. So just wanted to chat with him, see what he's got going on. And he's starting to do YouTube content as well. So we will find out where he's from. You're earning 44 a day in stable fund USD. So I'm content and probably add a lot more. Yeah, I want to see this thing run for a little bit. I want to see how stable the coin is going to be with all of the people who are getting refunds. And then I'm sure a lot of them are going to be taking their money and walking away. Some of them have publicly stated they're going to take their refund and just invest it into V2, which seems silly to me. They should have just rolled over and would have got extra tokens. But I'm shocked that I got 4,200. Right? That was my Matic refund, right? 2344 I was supposed to get if I just chose the refund. So, and this is one of the reasons why I chose the rollover, because they gave me 42, almost, not quite double, but it's a lot more. I'm not complaining. Actually, I'm pretty happy about it. So hopefully this first, I don't know when, I guess 7 days after the 15th, so the 22nd should be the first unlock, and I should be able to take that money and do whatever I want with it. But yeah, it looks like Crypto Hog, you and I are pretty much on the same plane there. Are you going to take it out? Are you going to keep rolling it over, or do you plan on maybe using those funds for something else? Lazy Jedi, how are you? Haven't seen you in a little bit. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully your Saturday is going good. You know, it's holiday time, holiday season now. Worried about that peg a little too. Yeah, Tim, I hear you. We're going to see. It's going to get stress tested here, basically over the next few days as people get the rest of their refunds, and then on the 22nd, once everybody's able to withdraw their first rewards, you know, you may see an exodus of funds that way. And then 63 days, you may see a very large exodus, but we'll see if they can keep everything the way it's going and just be open and honest, on their AMAs and keep people, satisfied. I think they should be able to run this one out at least for a few months, hopefully. Lazy, have you seen the refunds wallet? I have not looked at the wallets at all. Were you getting a refund? Has anybody in here got the refund? Shaman, 25K in the refund wallet and refunding from the smallest amount. That's interesting. Yeah, I listened to the AMA, most of it, and I don't know if he addressed any of that, but he's still stating that everybody is going to get their refund and everybody's going to get their V2 rollover. And it looks like a lot of people have already got them. Some people have been refunded, because you can see that on Telegram. People are letting everybody know that they got their refund or their V2 rollover. William in the house. I appreciate you showing up, William. I'm sure terrarium holders are enjoying those 500 ETH dumps every month. I didn't want to bring it up. I hate to bring it up. Hang on, let me check. Oh, the Vikings won. Holy cow. That is crazy. Oh, no, I want to go Dex Tools because I want to see this. And look, I get it. Terrarium, Milton came out with a tweet and said, hey, had to sell, to supply liquidity to their exchange. I understand that makes total sense, but it doesn't look good when they just keep selling and selling and selling on top of their holders. For 300, I don't know what it was, $300,000 or something. Where is Terrarium? Down 22%. That looks great. I mean, this chart is just, it's horrible. But yeah, look at that. 191. No, that was on the 7th. Let's see. Looks like these are probably 86. Yep. Somebody is selling a lot of terrarium. 86, 160. Yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot. So anyway, what do you guys feel? You guys feel they're just they're taking advantage, or poor business planning? I don't know. I mean, I still have a bag. I mean, it's not worth much anymore, but it's still there. I would prefer for this chart to be going in the other direction. All right, everybody, I've got somebody here. ItzSumm3rs. Welcome to the channel.
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me and see me pretty well?
Yep, I can see you. I can hear you. How's your Saturday going?
Well, I just got done doing a floor, so been kind of busy today.
Gotcha. Okay, excellent. What I haven't talked to you before. We've chatted a little bit on Twitter.
Yeah,
I've seen your videos. What? I just want to ask you a couple questions real quick. I know you got kids, and it's no big deal. What got you back into doing YouTube videos?
honestly, I was just attending a few spaces, and it really made me want to start looking at crypto in a different view than most people, because most people view this as an asset, like as a way to put money in and hopefully make money off of. Kind of like I view it as like the stock market almost.
Right.
And but then I see on the other side is crypto doesn't have a value besides what we put into it. And like Bitcoin is $16,000 is because we made it that's what we made it. You know, there's nothing actually backing it like the US dollar. The US dollar used to be backed by gold. It's no longer backed by gold. You know, they just keep printing it off. But I like to see the intent on like different projects. For instance, Terrarium is an exchange, you know, so they have an exchange that's somewhat backing them. And I just want to see, I got back into it because I wanted to see where it's going to go in the end. So, I mean, if that really
and so you're following Terrarium really. You still have a bag?
A very little bag. I don't. A lot of the cryptos that I'm following now, I really don't have anything in because every time I put money in, it just keeps getting sold out. And come to find out, I look at Terrarium and they drop. Someone sold like 81 ETH out of the wallet, so it's like.
Yeah, well, this is the second one. The second time, I think they did like 191
a few weeks ago, and then I believe just today they sold another 81 ETH. So
yeah, it actually looks like more than that, but yeah, I get it, and you know, I try to look at both sides, and I can understand if they need liquidity for the exchange coming up, that makes sense, but it just seems like poor business planning to me. And every time they need something, they're dumping on their holders. It's just not a good look.
I can agree with you on that, and that's one of the reasons why this whole TerraPay that they've come out with. And I've stated in my actual first video back that if it's a liquidity issue, like if they don't have enough funding for the exchange and they want to launch TerraPay alongside the exchange to kind of counteract everything that they've had to sell off, then okay, that's fine. Like, you know, you're going to do what you can to make your initial project work no matter what, but be real, be straight up and honest with people. Don't try to bait and switch kind of thing. If you don't want the exchange to work anymore, then just come out and say, hey, we're going to move on from the exchange and we're just going to focus on TerraPay or whatever.
Yeah. They I mean, they've screwed up, you know, so many times. And really, you know, whether it's a business screw up or not, it's just the overall optics of what they're doing and how they're handling themselves, right? Why would you come up with a brand new project right before you're going to launch the exchange? Like, that didn't make any sense other than maybe they needed the cash.
Yeah, and that was another thing that kind of confused me is that exact thing. Like, the people that are going to buy TerraPay, that are going to pay into TerraPay, are the ones that are already holding the Terrarium token. There's not going to be too much more money that's going to come out of their pockets to fund this 2,000 ETH or whatever it is that they needed. 5,000 ETH, 2,000 ETH, which is
it was a ridiculous amount of money,
like $6 million.
Right.
You know, they're not going to get that out of the current amount of holders that they have. So I don't see the point in that. And I also stated this before with that is, if they made TerraPay or Terra token or whatever a stable token, for instance, pegged at a penny, if they just even peg it at a penny, and that would be more of a reason to go to a completely another token instead of buying into a token that fluctuates with the market. You know?
Yeah. It's the whole thing is very suspicious. And Tim Shea says, you know, it's a great time to launch an exchange, right? Like, yeah. This is not exchange country, you know, anymore. It's you know, everybody is suspicious. Everybody's scared. Nobody wants to keep their money on exchanges. And on top of that, it doesn't, them coming out with the exchange, I know I say this all the time, doesn't give their token a utility. Like, you don't need their token to use their exchange. So, everybody who's thinking this exchange is going to come out and they're going to go to the moon I think is living on hopium right now.
Yeah, I also brought that up too. They're not going to actually see any increase in the token until the blockchain actually comes out.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's then they can actually control the actual supply without manipulating the overall price, I believe. And it was just they're just not going to see very much going on until then. As much hope and as much as they say, "Oh, we're going to do this," you're just kind of giving people hope to do something that may or may not even happen at all.
Right. Gotcha. MK, welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you being here. Hi, CryptoSmith. You got your V2. All right. Excellent. So, I mean, it looks like things are moving on. Now we're talking about Stable Fund. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's just a DeFi project, kind of a gambling play. Just getting 1% a day in there, and they kind of they started a rug pull, and then they came back and switched it up a little bit and giving people's money back, giving refunds, and then rolling over into their new contracts. So I chose to roll over because they gave me a lot of extra money, and I'll it's a gamble play for me either way. So if it works out, great. If it doesn't, we'll move on to the next one. Hey, MK. Dr. P, which is Dr. Praveen, lost a boatload on Saitama. I think he just doesn't want to make the same mistake. Yeah, it's this one. I want Terrarium to succeed. I mean, I want them to do well, for the community, for themselves, right, and for crypto in general. If they can pull this off, awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna be cheering for them. But they're not coming across as the best project out there right now, and continually dumping on their holders. And I understand they got to pull some money from somewhere to get their exchange started, but I think that exchange is going to take much, much longer than they think it's going to be successful. And I agree with Summers about you're in a project already, right? And we're in a very small community in here, and then you get into the DeFi space, and you're even smaller. And then you got community tokens like Terrarium and even MMAI, which obviously I'm into. And then you come up with a separate project. You're just asking the holders that you already have to spend more money, and you're not really going to attract anybody new at that point. So just very confusing all the way around. Any news on XP? Are you talking about XRP? Megabox, I'm assuming you're talking about XRP. There is no new news on XRP. Basically, everybody right now is speculating on what they think is going to happen, when the end of the case is going to come, what's going to, what the possible outcomes could be. So, I mean, I think we're in for a multiple month waiting period to hear anything. And then, thinking about it, what if the SEC wins? Well, Ripple is going to appeal. If Ripple wins, the SEC is going to appeal. So this could go on honestly, it could go on for years. I hope it doesn't, but court cases like that can drag on for a long time. And maybe with the Republicans coming in, if they're a little more positive on crypto, then maybe they'll try to help, get Gary out, number one, and maybe put an end to it, and actually come up with some real rules that these crypto companies can actually follow. When Terra 100X's holders might break even. Yeah, they're, let's see. They're way down. I mean, below launch price, well below launch price, right? So yeah, they got a long way to go to get back in the game. William, ItzSumm3rs. Yeah. And then it's the same, I was listening to one of Rodney's videos earlier when Saitama was, coming out and saying, well, we're just down because the market conditions are terrible, right? Which clearly isn't true. They're down because they're a crap project and toxic community, and most likely criminals who are running the show there. Tim Shea says hi.
And hi, Tim. So that's the thing that confuses me about Terrarium is that there's doctors. Like, these people are very well known people. You know, they all have a background. You can look them all up and find every one of them. And they want this to work so bad, but the way that they portray themselves and the way that they talk to the community isn't acceptable. Like, that's the whole reason why I left, is because terrarium became so toxic, and you know, the dev team started attacking the influencers, and I'm like, you know, my first time coming into crypto, and you know, I'm seeing all these people being attacked because they make a statement. If they were more transparent and they were more they spoke better to people, I think maybe it's just a culture issue, like a culture um uh like America, we if you raise your voice at all in America, you know, it's automatic, hey, you're taking it to the next level of anger. So, you know, they may talk at a higher, but it comes off very rude, and that puts off a lot of people.
Yeah, and I think you're probably hitting on something too. And I said this before, that a lot of times these community tokens, you know, are run by people in different countries, and they have different, you know, ways of dealing with issues or problems, and you know, it doesn't always translate to people in different countries like the U.S. Right? These guys are probably a bit more, I don't know, how do you say, defiant, basically, to anybody who challenges their authority, and they're going to speak out on it. But Dr. Praveen's here in the U.S. Like, I think he lives on the East Coast, and practices here, and then the other guys, I believe, are in India.
I thought Dr. P lived in San Francisco.
Okay, San Francisco, yeah, but he's here in the U.S. Yeah. And I'm not sure the other guys live here or they're living in India, but they definitely have a cultural difference in dealing with issues. You can tell that. So I can cut them some slack, you know, for that, but still,
absolutely,
you'd think they would learn. But obviously, they can't just talk to people however they want. It does affect the project,
especially with having some American, you know, coworkers, such as RD himself. Like, you know, him being American and him knowing how we are here. You know, maybe he would have translated some things a little better to them, and I don't really have much more to say about that. I told the community, because I talked to Dean. You know, I still am in contact with Dean, and you know, I told the community that I would no longer just straight up bash them as long as they didn't attack me. So, you know, yeah. I have nothing negative to say about them anymore until they actually like hit zero, and then it's kind of like one of those things of, well, I told you so.
Then it's open season. Yeah, I know it's tough. It can be a rough spot, you know, in the crypto world, and especially if you're a content creator and you want to you know, make videos and stuff about these kind of projects, and you're going to get pushback. And that's, I think I told you that in the one of the first times we chatted. You know, just, you got to have thick skin in this game. Me, I don't care. You know, they can say whatever they want about me. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. Well, that was when I left. When I quit making videos, I was very transparent with people, very open with, you know, who I am, where I am at, you know, certain things. And now that I am back, slowly coming back, I'm gonna start keeping my personal life completely out of crypto, out of everything. So
yeah, it's probably good rule to follow.
Yeah.
Duarte Fernandez, I appreciate you being here, bud. You're late. Sorry, no big deal. No big deal. We'll be chatting here for a little bit. We're going to get off of the terrarium content here because there's really nothing more to say until they, you know, they have to really prove themselves at this point. That's really what they need to do.
I can agree.
Now, I know some people are going to want to talk about OPT3, which is Optimus, which has actually gone horribly wrong this last week or so. And I think I know why. And I'm going to get your guys's, let's see. Right. We've had a huge dump here. So basically what happened, this is another gambling play. It pays 1% a day, but the token has wild swings in price because there's obviously there's a few whales that are, I think, manipulating things. But DeFi Dude, who runs this project, came out with an AMA about his new token, OPTX. And the tokenomics, basically, or the rules, and I'm gonna spell it out for you here. So going into this next token, right, for everybody who's in OPT, Optimus, they're going to pay 1.1% if you stake for a month, right? 0.25% for 3 months, 0.5% per day. These are per day rates for a 6-month stake, and then 1%, but you have to stake for 1 year, which is going to throw a lot of people off, because in order to unstake, if you need to for some reason, you're going to pay a 90% tax on that. So I think that really didn't sit well with most holders, and I think a lot of people sold off and are probably not going to go into the OPTX situation. Me, I don't have, I've got 830 tokens right now, right? They're not worth much. This obviously was worth a lot more when it was almost $1.50 when I bought it. So I'm just going to leave it. I'll let it roll over. The other thing that really people didn't like was, originally he said they were going to go 1-for-1 for tokens, and now he's changed that. It's going to be a 4-to-1. So every 4 of your OPT tokens, you're going to get 1 OPTX token. That did not sit well. That doesn't sit well with me, just because you're changing the rules again. They're no longer using the DAO to make decisions. So that's another thing that's changing. So I don't really know why I would really stick with Optimus at this point. It doesn't really make any sense. And I know you're not into this one. You've probably never even heard of it.
Is it the because there's another one. It's OP Optimism, right? That's the one that's the Ethereum, that's based off of Ethereum.
No, this one is pretty much just like Stable Fund, in that it's just Optimus.
Okay.
You bought in with Matic tokens.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard about it.
Bot trading type situation.
Okay.
But it's not doing well. We'll say that. But he's making changes, trying to make sure that things are things go long term, right?
Yeah.
Because in these types of projects, if you can get 6 months out of it, you're doing pretty good. But you have to expect at some point they're going to implode, and you need to make sure that you take your profits and move on.
These kind of things, these staking abilities, they don't make sense to me. And when I was in the car on the way home, I actually listened a little bit about this the Stable Fund token that you were talking about earlier, and their audit. There was some issues with their contract that kind of concerned me, other than the multi-sig wallet thing. But the person that owns the wallet has the ultimate say in it, and there's 5 wallets that are actually holding a majority of the fund. Yeah,
and it's going to be a problem for auditors, because what they do is people put money in, right? Yeah. They're staking, and they take the money out of those wallets and use it for trading.
So they're hedging. So they're basically doing what FTX did.
Well, yeah, but they're upfront about it. They're saying, hey, we're going to take your money and we're going to play with it, and then we're going to pay you a percentage
if we win.
On a daily basis. Exactly. Then that's what these, that's why I call it a gambling play. Like, this is just straight gambling. It's a slot machine. You might get lucky and make some money. You might lose it. It's just one of those. And I do this. Here's how I explain it. Because the crypto space right now is so bad. All of the blue chips out there, everything is horrible, right? Let me throw up crypto bubbles. It's a great graphical explanation on what's going on, right? It's just nothing's good. This turned around here just a little bit ago, right? This was all red, about 2 hours ago. So because the overall market is doing badly, this basically entertains me, to do these other types of things where I might make a little bit of money. So that's why I kind of dabble in. Plus, they're good drama, so good for content as well. People like to follow them and see what's going on. But I'm upfront with it as well. Like, this is gambling. Like, you're likely to lose money, so be careful with what you're doing.
Which is, how do they get around the whole the whole SEC thing because
There are no rules.
Oh man.
Right now, crypto has, and this is the big fight with XRP or Ripple, the company, and the SEC, is that there aren't any clear rules for crypto. And people have been calling for it for a long time. The good companies out there want rules. They want regulation. Like, hey, tell us what we need to do to be legal, right? So that they can build their businesses. But right now, the SEC doesn't want to do that. They just want to sue everybody and say, hey, you're breaking the law. And they say, well, what law? Like, you gave us no rules. This clearly, anytime regulation comes out in the U.S., none of these projects are going to be able to be utilized in the U.S. unless you go around, try to get around it. But none of these are going to be acceptable at all because they're not going to be able to be compliant.
Before I was against the whole government stepping in and making regulation on this stuff. The more that I see stuff like this, the more I say, there should have been some sort of government step in. Not to the extent that they want, but enough to say, hey, listen, you have to have some sort of utility and you can't, be a scam, basically.
Well, most people, unfortunately, in the government, all these government agencies have absolutely no idea how crypto works, what blockchain is, right? The technology, they don't. So they need some experts to help them out. And a lot of these companies or these projects are run overseas. So the U.S. can do whatever they want, and these things are still going to exist, but you may not be able to access them in the U.S.
Honestly, I see the U.S. stepping in and saying, listen, here's a one central exchange or one wallet type thing that you could use, and these are the only tokens or coins that you are allowed to use as the government vetted ones. Yeah,
well, they'll go through like a vetting process, right, if you will, and they'll basically be registered securities, right, for a lot of these tokens, right? Any company or project that comes out and says, hey, buy my token so I can build, what I want to build, that's a security, right? So they're going to have to be registered with the SEC if they want to do business in the U.S.
And that FinCEN thing,
or FinCEN and the CFTC.
And they're going to end up having to show proof of that as well, because
the first thing they have to do is get control of these stable coins, right? And you have USDT Tether out there that refuses to have an audit because I can't guarantee it, right? I can't guarantee anything, but I'm pretty sure that they don't have the backing that they need. Well, if there's a bank run on that, it's going to collapse.
The last one that they did, the last audit that they did, they were backfilling money, just moving Bitcoin around. That's why Bitcoin crashed the 1 year as far as it did for as many hours as it did, is because they just backfilled Bitcoin into USDT to show that they had the funding, but they actually didn't. It was all stored in Bitcoin.
I'm pretty sure they don't have what they need, as far as backing, because initially the first time they were talking about it, it was like, oh, we have some in commercial paper, we have some in bonds, we've got some in cash. Like there was no real accounting for it. They just made up a bunch of stuff. Like, don't worry about it. We got it.
I think their white paper said that they had backing in assets, but there was no clear indication on what assets they are backed in.
So Lazy Jedi says they're losing investor confidence with every move they make, doing nothing to gain ground. Yes. I don't know if you're talking which project you might be talking about, but
probably Ripple or XRP. That's what he was talking about.
Investor confidence with every move. Yeah. Still don't, Duarte, you don't have your V2, and that's interesting. I got mine first day, even though I didn't know it until I got onto the desktop version, and it's obviously it's right there. So they said everybody's going to get it. So I was surprised to get mine. Once I got mine, I'm like, okay, now maybe everybody is actually going to be made whole here and get their refund. So I don't understand why it's taking them so long. I think well, I don't say their explanation, but their excuse is that they're basically watching the script run so that it doesn't have any problems. That's what they're saying. So somebody has to be awake and, at the helm while they're doing these refunds and V2 rollovers. So why it's not an automated system, I have no idea. It makes no sense to me. Tim's got his. He got his V2 rollover. Yep, that's good. When they sell, they don't even do it responsibly. No, they don't. And that's another one about terrarium, right? They could spread out these sales, to not hurt the chart so much, but they apparently, maybe nobody taught them that, because they're I don't think they're crypto experts. Duarte, I hope to see my V2 early next week. Yeah, I hope you get it. I really do. We talk next Saturday, and I don't, I may have a next Saturday show. I don't know. We'll see what happens with the holiday here. I'm off work for 5 days, so it should be nice.
Oh, lucky you. I have to work this entire week, and then I am off the weekend anyways, so I get the holiday off. But I do get Monday. I do get Monday off.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
What kind of work do you do, if you don't mind?
I build windows.
Actually. You build? Okay. All right.
Yeah. Manufacturing.
Good trade. All right.
Yeah.
Terra is just copying Binance on every level. Well, they're going to have a rough time if they're going to try to copy Binance. Binance has got a big. Those are big shoes to fill. They're going to have a long road, trying to build that exchange and getting people, to trust them. That's the biggest issue they're going to run into.
I haven't really seen anything that's going on with Binance. All I see is like big dumps and big sales that are going on with.
So Binance. Okay, the the whole FTX saga, right?
Yeah.
Well, Kevin O'Leary went before Congress and they asked him, like, hey, so what, basically in his opinion, what caused FTX to collapse?
Mm-hmm.
And his answer was, oh, Binance did it. It was CZ's fault. He told them they were going to buy the company, and then the next day said no, and kind of leaked some information about, the accounts looked irregular and whatever. And then CZ sold off his, multi-millions of dollars worth of FTT tokens. And that's what started the bank run on FTT. So basically he blamed CZ for killing FTX, as if, hey, it was just a turf war, just one business killed the other business because they're competitors, and didn't mention the fact that it was a complete fraud, and SBF was literally stealing customer funds and paying for houses and cars and doing obviously over leveraged trading, at the Alameda Research Company. So it's been a whole back and forth right now with CZ and Kevin O'Leary. And then CZ went on in an interview after that and said, Kevin's lying. He's a liar. And so then Kevin had to come back and say something about that too on another interview. So it's been quite entertaining. I actually have some of the video here. I'm going to show it here in a little bit.
At the end of the day, after the smoke is settled, I think the only exchange that's really going to be around is crypto.com. And that's simply just because Chris has been very transparent over everything. And for him to actually come out with an audit that's a third-party audit, they don't own the auditor company. They went through, audited it, and showed that they had 1-for-1 plus some of every asset that's on their exchange.
So I think they used the same auditing company that Binance used, and that auditing company came into question because they said somebody mentioned that they weren't trustworthy, the method they were using or whatever, that they were just transferring kind of money around just to kind of show, basically as a shell game to show what they have. And I'm not saying they don't have the backing they need.
Yeah.
But I think, and if I said it's going to be one exchange out there, I think it would be Coinbase.
Well, yeah, because Coinbase is technically in the stock market too, isn't it?
Yeah, they're a publicly traded company. I mean, they're doing horribly right now, so they could very well, fold.
But that's just because that's market. That's just because
it's a lot to do with market, but it's also a lot to do with the fact that a lot of people are down on crypto right now, and we're going through this crypto extended period. And then things like FTX happen, which causes more people to start flooding the entire ecosystem in crypto, which isn't fair. But I mean, if you don't know much about it, that's what you're going to think, right? If you're on the outside and you're seeing these things go on, you're thinking, well, crypto is a shit show. Like, well, I'm not going to get into that right now.
Yeah.
Duarte said he's thinking about putting 300 into Terra. I mean, it's a good price. I mean, the price is down a lot. It really only has one way to go if it doesn't go to zero.
It's going to go even further down.
And it would be that is a gamble for sure. Terra will keep dumping till they're cash flow positive. Who knows? Yeah, like I said, I don't wish them any ill will. I hope they succeed and do very well. Every time one of these projects, crashes, it looks bad for crypto.
Yeah, any project. It's not even anything famous. It's any project.
Any project, yeah. And then somebody's going to hear about it, and this gets spread. It gets spread around pretty quick. A lot of very young investors that haven't faced a lot of adversity trading up until now. Yeah, that was FTX's problem, Sam Bankman's problem. I don't know that he had a lot of experience in trading, but when you get into this business in a bull market, everybody looks like a genius, right? Everything is only going one direction. Like it's almost impossible to lose money. Like I said, and you look like a genius. But once you hit that, extended bear market, that's when you find out, who really knows what to do. Like who knows how to still earn money and make it. But yeah, Crypto Hog, you're absolutely right. A lot of people get in, and then the market turns and they freak out. They don't know what to do, so they sell at a loss and then run away and talk crap about crypto for the next year. Almost invested OBT3 just days before it dumped. Lucky me. Yeah, lucky you. Although the prices, if you believe in DeFi Dude and the team and what they're doing, they even mentioned they want to build a casino now, which that also threw me off because that's something that is highly regulated, even online, even in other countries. So I think they're going to have a tough time doing some sort of an online casino as to bring money into the project. So
I don't see that. I don't see that working or being possible because the states are very strict on online gambling, online anything.
Yeah, he may be able to do it, but it would have to be for overseas markets.
Yeah.
I think that's why too. Yeah, I felt like DeFi Dude diluted the market with different coins. Yeah, it's just not going in the right direction. I mean, he didn't. I mean, I understand the fact that he's not, the genius, and he's not building contracts. He's just kind of the PR guy coming up with the ideas. But there's too many other decent, gambling moves, let's say, out there to keep chasing the OPT token around. I may be done with it. I may just let it sit and go and see what happens. Because, like I said, it's not really worth me selling my tokens at a loss right now. I felt like DeFi Dude. Oh yeah, diluted the market. We all know who's running the show. Sniff is in the house. I get what you're saying there. I'm not going to repeat it, but I get what you're saying. They allow lottery tickets and casino slots because those are taxed. Yes, but online is tough to do. So if you start an online gambling business, that's a red flag, and somebody's going to reach out to you, I'm sure. Okay, Sniff, Tim Shea. I think DeFi Dude is going to have to change things up. Yeah, you could tell, right? Somebody in the community didn't like what he had to say at his AMA because right at that AMA, everybody started selling, and there was some very large sales in there as well. So maybe some of the people close to him were like, I think I'm out. You guys are going in the wrong direction. Juan Gonzalez. Hey, Juan, how you doing? Hopefully you're having a great Saturday. I appreciate you showing up. Everybody out do Christmas shopping? Everybody got their shopping done? Hey, Juan. What's up, good fellas? Still waiting. Oh, Matt Susi. Still waiting on the refund, huh? I wonder what the ratio is right now, refunds and V2 rollovers. And why did I get mine? Tim got his V2. This seems weird. I don't know what they're doing. It's an odd situation they put themselves in, and why is it taking so long? Tim Shea is trying to sniff. Oh, Fiverr. This is Fiverr. Hey, Fiverr. I appreciate showing up. Haven't seen you in a little while. Hope things are going well for you. Tim Shea is trying to sniff out the Crypto Smith through all the crypto hogs. Williams is in talks with a lazy Jedi to figure out what's going on with crypto in the Fed's report. Nice. Always with I am not quite rhymes, but Fiverr's always got some good lines. Daniel Gayton. Hey, Daniel. I was just watching your video on ALBT. I think I'm going to look more into that and probably do some content on. I like what they're doing. Great videos, by the way. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate you being here. Hopefully your day is going well. Tara's not coming by on CZ, not dumping on their community. That's true. That's true. CZ is not dumping on his community, so that's a little different there. Hi, Tim.
Yeah, but they also have billions of dollars in their exchange.
Billions, yes, a lot of billions. Hey, Daniel. Hey, Matt. There's been no audit that shows asset versus liability yet. So CZ said they have no liabilities. They owe nothing. That's what he said in an interview. Whether that's true or not, I have no idea. He's not showing the full books, I'm sure. But if I don't know what else we do, right? He's not in the U.S., so we can't really do anything about it. But I know that they did have a very a rough week where they had outflows, like $3 billion worth. But he said he wasn't worried about it. So, I mean, maybe he's got the backing. Coinbase, Binance, and Crow will be around. Coinbase, yeah, they're big and they're regulated, right? They're going to be at least Crow and Coinbase will be regulated in the U.S. And I think that will bring a lot of confidence to new investors. Hey, Tim, Daniel, Gayton, Yo. Bad people always do bad things no matter the market. Crypto bonds, yeah, exactly, and that's kind of what they were saying in Congress, because Congress they're divided. There's some people who hate crypto and think it should just all of it should be banned, and then they have some who are proponents of crypto and trying to explain, hey, there's we're conflating, and I say this all the time. The people who talk about crypto talk about it just in price action, right? They don't talk about the underlying technology and what it can be used for. And that's usually, that's why there's the back and forth. But yeah, more people do bad things in dollars than they do in crypto. So, and we're not going to outlaw dollars. Hey, Ben Sniff.
At least with, crypto, we can actually track it through the blockchain. As long as, there are people out there that know what they're looking for, can find out pretty much whose wallet is whose and where it come from. It's one of the big reasons why they got rid of Tornado Cash or Cash Tornado, or what was it called? Tornado Cash?
Yeah, Tornado. Yeah, I think Tornado Cash.
Because they can no longer track who's what's what.
Yeah, there'll always be an underground, just like there is in any sector. But yeah, they're going to have to go after those hard. Still waiting on your refund, Nitron. Hey, thanks for showing up. I appreciate you being here. Still waiting on your refund too. Well, that's concerning. Seems like a lot of refunds aren't getting out there. Hey, Nitron. ALBT, let's go. Yeah, I like what they're doing. And you had a great presentation on it. You have to find some toys called Nerfs and Gizmodo for my daughter. Santa Claus is almost here. Yeah, doing that Christmas shopping. Nerfs. What's funny is for the longest time, my kids, when we lived down in California and we were around more family, everybody got a Nerf gun at Christmas, right? And we'd have big Nerf fights. It was pretty fun, pretty cool. Some years they were water guns because California, they don't get real cold. John Crispala with a $20 donation. I appreciate that, John. You are the man. Not necessary, but much appreciated. Shoot. Super chat button live in effect. Congrats. Thank you. I appreciate that, bud. And we're going to be talking to, I'm going to be talking to John here soon because I'm doing some updates on the Pando project. They had the 2.0 drop and I've got some questions and we're going to go through some things. So hopefully I'm going to have him on an AMA here in the very near future. Thank you, John. Sniff, ASMR fan. Thanks for being here. Always appreciate the support. Hi, John. What's up, Daniel? And Waddy's here. Man, the gang is all here. Waddy, thanks for showing up, Waddy. I appreciate it. Hope your Saturday is going well. ASMR fan, hope your Saturday is well. Hi, Summers. ASMR fan says hi. Hi, fan. So I have Summers on because Summers is a super nice guy. And I wanted to encourage him, to keep on keeping on with the content. I've learned so much more in crypto by starting this channel than I ever would have known, just watching YouTube videos, right? Because now I have to actually get out there and do some research. I can't just copy somebody else's video. I need to go do some research on my own and try to find all the sources and be able to back it up. And it's the education has been one of the best things to come out of this.
And I think the hardest thing that when it comes to crypto, one of the hardest things is actually learning it, because there's not many people out there that actually realistically know crypto. And I sat at work and put my headphones in and put on the run through on how somebody creates a blockchain, and it's just like there's so much that goes into it, and it's so much knowledge that it's kind of hard to just retain it all. And it's not like riding a bike.
No, it's not. And I find that, and you're absolutely right. There is so much information to know, right? And so I try to just take small blocks of it at a time. I'm not trying to know everything, right? I'm not going to pretend like I'm going to learn it all. I'm just taking small sectors and just trying to learn about certain projects, and then you kind of dive a little deeper into that project, kind of see how that works and the moving parts and all that. But yeah, there is a ton of technology out there that I'm sure never understand. Daniel says they did not start with billions and did not dump when they were an ERC20 token. I think he's talking about the Binance Terra situation. Hey, Fiverr. Hey, Fan. ItzSumm3rs. Hey, Fan. Hey, John. Everybody's saying hi. This is where I get stuck in the weeds here, but everybody's saying I'm going to skip all the highs. Okay. Just sorry if I don't highlight your comment. Hey, smart friend, did you ever get my Twitter DM sent to you and awesome? Hey, Tim. Everybody's saying hi. So many familiar faces in here. I do appreciate you guys. Kevin O is a $15 million talking head for FTX. Yeah, I was watching this stuff earlier. Let me, no, I got to get out of here. Hang on.
That's because he's afraid of getting sued. If he doesn't come out and say something publicly, there's a good chance that he can get sued because he told them FTX is the safest place to trade crypto.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Where I watch later. Hang on. I have.
Same thing with Tom Brady. He's getting ready to get sued too.
Well, there's a lawsuit going out for everybody, pretty much everybody who got paid by FTX to shill it. Not to shill it, but I mean, they're commercial, endorsements. Where's the one here? So I wanted to show you guys. This is where he's. So this is a part where I do agree with what he's saying here. He's saying, yeah, it needs to be regulated just like other financial markets, which, it's going to have to be at some point. And Elizabeth Warren, she does not like crypto. So, and she makes that very well known. But he is watching him and CZ go back and forth is funny. That's entertainment. Watching Congress and him go back and forth is entertainment, because he basically calls her crazy and says it would be insane to try to do away with crypto and the blockchain, and trying to explain that there's more to it than just the price.
Well, yeah, because he was on a podcast. I think he was with Jake Paul or Logan Paul, talking about how transferring money with crypto was so much easier than going through the banking system and doing it.
Yeah. I mean, there are lots of benefits, and he trying to explain to the congressmen who really probably know absolutely nothing about it. All they see is, it's just a way for criminals to launder money. That's pretty much their whole gig is just for criminals. So
well, yeah, because I think it was Elizabeth Warren that was talking about how mainly crypto is being used in the black market to buy illegal substances and to buy do certain things.
Yes. Well, so, and that leads me to this point is that when I talk to people outside of, my crypto circle, in the real world, that's what they think. They think, crypto is it's untraceable, like you can do whatever you want and get away with it kind of thing. I'm like, that's absolutely not true. Almost all crypto is traceable, right? It's public blockchain. You can go and look. Now, it's not going to give you an address to somebody's house where the transaction is occurring from, but you can trace money to wallets all over the place. You can see these transactions. One of my girls are into the Milky Squishy. I don't know what that is. I agree. By doing YouTube, you learn so much in the chat. Yes, yeah, you do, and that's the thing. And also, and I know I told Summers this as well, that the connections you're going to make out there and the networking, right? And I saw that, Summers, you did an AMA with Koa Combat, which I don't know a ton about, but stuff like that really, really helps build confidence and get you, pointed in kind of in the right direction. As long as you're dealing with good people, and it seemed like the guy who was running that show is a really good dude. So
Yeah, Stan is an amazing guy. He's really transparent. He's really upfront with you. He's kind of a no BS kind of guy, and he's not gonna tell you a story to try to get you to back him up. So
right, that's good.
Yeah. And you're I'm sorry, and you're right. Before I started crypto, I would watch Awesome's videos all the time. And the fact that now I'm able to just, whenever I need to talk to him, I can just shoot him a message. And I've seen a lot of these influencers that I looked up to, and the fact that I'm able to have some sort of link of connection with them. It's an amazing feeling. And that's another reason why I want to continue doing this, is because I get to be on, for instance, your space. Thank you for bringing me on, and just all the other people that I'm able to talk to and meet and, not be friends with, but be acquaintances with and know a little bit about each other.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And it's, what's another great thing about building your channel or your community at this time when the crypto market is horrible, is that when it turns around, things will accelerate, for you.
Yeah.
Whatever investments you might have, plus your networking and the community you're building. Cannot worry about being right all the time either. That's what Daniel says, and yeah, that's the thing. I struggle with that, because I am right all the time. No, I struggle with that because I don't want to say something that's not correct. So sometimes I'll just leave it out altogether, even though it's okay to be wrong as long as you can admit that, hey, I made a mistake. Maybe I didn't understand it correctly or whatever it is, but you got to be willing to do that too.
Yeah, because the moment that you start talking about it and you say the wrong thing and you don't explain it the right way, you'll always lose that person that watches you, because they'll automatically always think that you're wrong.
Yeah, and I've got a couple of comments on some videos where people said, hey, you said this, but that's not correct. And I'm like, no, I appreciate it. I mean, I appreciate you, let me know, and I'll make sure I correct that in the future. Why do I have no clue? Hey, crypto realist in the house. Hopefully, Jeremy, you are doing well. I am enjoying my Saturday. Honestly, this is really the best part of the week for me. It's funny. I didn't do any videos this week. I took the week off. I felt like I needed a break. There wasn't a ton of stuff happening, and I didn't want to make a video just for the sake of making a video, even though I probably should have, just to keep things moving. But I appreciate Jeremy showing up and the support always. Jeremy's super smart dude. He's one guy who can really take apart a subject and explain it to you in a way you can kind of grasp. And he can get into the weeds. You want to get into the weeds with a project? Go listen to Jeremy. Honestly, I never saw that coming. A little grouse for a gun. What's up, fan? Everybody's saying hi. We'll skip some of these. So I want to talk a little bit about, we went over Optimus, right? That's, that may be a dead token walking right now. Stable fund, we're still kind of in the middle. I got my V2 rollover, so I'm okay with that. But I see some other people are waiting, which sucks. MetaMonkey came out with, where's my Twitter? their first use case, basically saying use case for the token, right? Not use case for MetaMonkey as a company. They've got the Pure Wallet coming out. They're obviously working on the metaverse, and then the MetaMonkey Mall inside the metaverse, where you can purchase, NFTs and maybe real world products at some point. But now, in order to utilize the advanced, we'll call them the advanced functions in the Pure Wallet, and I can't show you all that stuff. There's the site's down. They're coming up with a new website, I guess, and I have not been able to get on their website. So I think their site is down for revamping. And I did get a peek, a sneak peek at the Pure Wallet website, which looks really good. I can't show it to you, but that's coming around the corner. But basically, here it is. So MetaMonkey AI reveals utility for the MMAI token, Pure Wallet, cold storage, and offline payment capability. You're familiar with this, Summers, right? Do you follow MMAI?
I do a little bit. I hop on Austin's spaces whenever he's on YouTube, but other than that, like, I follow them on Twitter, but no, I don't really.
Okay, so
much beyond.
So the Pure Wallet, which is basically it's an app that's going to be on your phone. They've got a beta version right now on Android. Unfortunately, they have not released it for iOS yet. But basically, in there you can kind of have your crypto stored in a cold state.
Yeah, your cold storage with airplane mode, I believe. You just press it and it turns airplane mode on, and then you can access a cold storage wallet that way.
Yeah, basically. But now you're going to have to. So basically, you're going to buy $50 essentially worth of tokens, hold it in your wallet so that you can use the advanced features. And this is for everybody else out there who maybe doesn't know this yet, which is cool. And we were waiting to see what was going to happen, right? Because we talk about all the time. You get these tokens, these community projects that maybe have good use case for the company itself, but what's the reason people need to buy the token, right? As an investor, as somebody who's holding some tokens, I want to know, are you going to give other people a reason to buy in so that I might, my tokens might be worth more, in the future. So this is basically what they come out with. You hold $50 worth of MMAI tokens, and you can use the advanced features, which will be the cold storage on it. So that's good to see. It's good to see. They are really moving along. They've come a long way since launch, and it wasn't really that long ago.
Well, they're the first. Actually the first people to do this, aren't they? Like,
yes. Now I know there is some debate on whether it's the first cold storage, on a phone, and I don't think it's the first one, but enable to hold basically a wallet. I don't have all the particulars in front of me, but I know there is a first here, and I think it's the offline payment feature that's the first. So you don't have to have internet or Wi-Fi in order to make a payment if you want to. If you're in an area where you just don't have good signal, you can do all that stuff.
Which that's really true. That's the kind of stuff that I just don't quite understand, is how the offline online aspect about it all works, because I can understand sending funds from online to offline because it's just information, the code, but how I don't understand how it gets transferred from the offline to the online.
Yeah, and I can't really explain the all the nuts and bolts of that, but
the networking behind it, I don't understand the networking behind it.
Right, and I think there's some good videos out there. I know it goes into a top-up wallet, and then the top-up wallet can be used offline, and you can, do the near-field communication type deal or Bluetooth, to send money to somebody. They also obviously have to have a Pure Wallet as well. And then once you get back to an area where you have service, then it basically finalizes the transaction. But
okay, so so basically everything's being transacted through offline functionalities. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So, and this obviously, in this, me and you, in this country, we don't really think about that because you pretty much have signal almost everywhere you go.
Well, yeah,
so it's not really a problem. But then you get into some of these other countries, that have spotty service, spotty coverage. It can help down the road, even though they might have smartphones. They'll be able to transact, and it'll take some time to gain traction and to get this out there in the market. But where they're at in South Korea, and then you get into some of the African countries.
Yeah,
you're going to have far fewer.
Just bring that up is that this wallet would tremendously help out in South Africa, because of their connectivity with the rest of the world is so much less than ours. Because in the terrarium space, I'm sure that you've seen, there were a handful of questions that I received to ask the team back when the team followed me, was what they were going to do to help the South African community. And because that's that area, it doesn't dabble in crypto at all, and this could help that community in general.
Yeah, and I think you're right, and like I said, it's us here. It doesn't make sense. We think, because I hear people all the time say, "Oh, nobody's ever going to use that. Why would anybody need that?" That doesn't. Yeah. I'm like, well, we don't need it here, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a big world out there. They don't all have the same things we have. They're not all as fortunate. And sometimes they're even better off if they have less internet. Let's see. Kevin put Elizabeth Warren in her place. Yes, he did. Like I said, he pretty much called her crazy for thinking that we would just eliminate all of this blockchain technology because somebody might use it for illegal activities. Do you think it's funny they arrested SBF right before he was going? That was one of my questions I had today to talk about. A lot of donation money could have been exposed. So that is obviously anybody who thinks, these senators and congressmen have culpability in all this, and including the SEC and Gary Gensler. There's no way they wanted Sam to sit in front of Congress and ask questions and answer questions, because they were going to be asking him like, okay, who'd you give money to? What were your conversations at the SEC? What were they about? What promises did they make? Because remember, he was meeting with Gary Gensler himself, and they were going to, Sam has his own version of some crypto bill to regulate centralized exchanges, and Gary apparently was going to give FTX, special treatment. So, and I think that was probably his intent all along, was to try to figure out how to put himself at the very top of the centralized exchange game, and that all came crashing down. So, yeah, no, you hit the nail right on the head, Daniel. That is definitely what everybody is saying, is that it's they did not want Congress to be able to ask him questions and have him just freely, give up information, because obviously he's really good at talking. He should have kept his mouth shut the entire time he was sitting waiting to see what was going to happen. But
Sam did it stupidly. He should have just gone to a country with no extradition, no extraditing, non-extraditable countries. I think Singapore is actually one of those countries that you can't be extradited from, right?
Yeah, there's a few out there, but you know what? If you listen to what he was saying in his interviews, I honestly believe that he thinks he didn't do anything wrong. I think he's just one of those guys that has kind of a God complex and thinks he knows more than everybody else. But, obviously he's going to have a long time, I think, in jail to reconsider that. Right now, the IRS considers crypto a property that you own. Yes, this is the problem with the U.S. is that, the CFTC might see it one way, the FinCEN might see it another way, and the IRS then sees it a different way altogether, and nobody's on the same page. How old's your baby?
He is 3.5 months old.
3.5 months, nice.
Yeah.
They can't get into too much trouble at that age.
No, he's going to throw up on me here in a minute. I can feel it in his belly.
So, let's do it right on stream.
Yeah. Everybody got to see a very embarrassing moment. Peep all over me.
Like criminals don't launder money right now. I bet arresting FTF was a plot to keep potentially exposed. Yeah, I agree 100%. They were watching him, and they were like, "There's no way he can go sit in front of Congress and answer questions."
No,
because he just blabs. He just likes to talk.
Well, you see, and the thing.
Yeah, the thing. Fiat has never been used in crime. You're right. The dollar bills have never been used in a crime. We're not going to ban dollars. Sniff ASMR fan, yo. John totally agreed. What do you guys think? Would you consider that a conspiracy theory that they had him arrested the day before he was supposed to go before Congress? Or do you think that's just real? Like that they really thought about it and they're like, no, we can't have that happen.
No, I honestly think this whole media run that he's been on, I think it's been a test, a political test to see if he would say the right things or not. Because you're right, he does talk. He talks a lot. He rambles on about things that make no sense and have nothing to do with the matter. He's gonna catch himself lie, and he's gonna start blurting out some stuff that they don't want people to know.
Well, I think he already did. I mean, and some of his interviews that he gave, I think he gave conflicting information. And of course, they're going to use all of that, against him. Which, again, his lawyers, I'm sure, told him you need to shut up and not say anything. But he wanted to get out there and give his own story, right? His own version of what happened. Also, I guess there was a leaked testimony. So he had his testimony written out, and it was leaked. Congress got a copy of it. And in the very beginning, I believe they said he was going to say he effed up, right, in front of Congress. That was his words. Like, what kind of person does this? Thinks that's okay and acceptable? I think XRP case needs to wrap up sooner for the win. Yeah, to have precedence in favor for crypto. Yes, I agree, John. Unfortunately, I think this thing is going to drag. If Ripple wins, the SEC is going to now I've lost my train of thought. They're gonna take it up to courts, right? It's gonna go to appeals court and then possibly the Supreme Court. So they could be mired in this thing for years, unless they have the settlement. I think is the only reasonable thing that can happen right now that might have some benefit for the market.
Thank you for having me on. I do have to run.
Yeah, no problem.
This has been a blast being on here. I would definitely love to come back on whenever you have a space. So thank you, everybody that was in here. Thank you for.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, Summers. You guys, you have a great day and have a great holiday. If I don't talk to you,
definitely will.
All right, man.
All right.
We'll see you.
Bye.
All right, that was ItzSumm3rs. Go check out his channel. I need to put it up here somewhere. Let me go grab it. Let's see. It's in one of my 196 more. Let's see. ItzSumm3rs. Where is? Geez, I got to go through these things. I probably passed it. Probably not. Damn it. Here we go. 231 subscribers. I am going to put it in the chat. Go give him a follow. He's still new, still doing his thing. But I always like to support a new guy or girl, whoever, a new person, let's say, new people in the space, putting themselves out there. It's kind of scary sometimes. Not for me, because I don't care what people think. All right, let's get off of here. And let's go to, I wanted to see the site isn't working. So the site doesn't work right now because it's being worked on, I believe. So you can't wait to get the Pure Wallet. Yes, I have an iPhone. I don't know. Do I need to just go find a crappy, older Samsung or something to get so I can play around with the Pure Wallet? I'm thinking this is never going to come out on iPhone. It's driving me nuts. Hey, Crypto Benny, Sniff, hope you have a happy holiday. Team misses you. Nobody, hey fan, get your Christmas ornament from Macy's. I'm a huge Christmas fanatic. Awesome. And you know what? Honestly, Christmas is probably my favorite time of the year. I do like Christmas songs, even though most people at work can't stand it. Let's see, where's MMAI at right now? We're doing well. I mean, the token is really doing well. It's holding its own. Even if we have big sells, it doesn't really affect the chart because we have so much liquidity. Total market cap 3.29 million, liquidity almost $2 million. That's crazy. But yeah, I love Christmas too. I don't like putting Christmas lights on the house because it's scary. Crypto Benny right there now. Usually we get the kids to pick up a few at the Disney store, but they closed the location. Oh, that's too bad. I don't think we have a Macy's here where I live. Sniff, yep. 2. Sam isn't going to jail. It's all theater. Really? Are we going to have a bet? Are we going to have a bet on whether Sam, I mean, he's already in jail right now. And from what I hear, the conditions are pretty bad over there. And maybe they have him in a separate, little, cushion, hotel room or something. But I know he's not going anywhere right now. You agree? Even in the news reports, Sam's getting convicted. It's all theater. Okay, well, we're going to find out. I know Sniff's got his ideas. I think it's horrible. Well, I mean, and maybe this is the play. If he doesn't go to jail, that is absolutely horrible for crypto. He thinks by playing dummy he's going to get away with it. Yeah, he's said way too much, man. I go back and watch these interviews he gave, and I'm like, hey, that one's not going to age well. He's going to get away with it. Is that the consensus here? Everybody thinks he's going to get away with it. Not a good time to be wearing a black T-shirt. Yeah. Man, I missed your stream. Levi Brown. Hey, thanks for showing up. I appreciate you being here. I have to work Saturdays now. Glad to see you're keeping up. Yeah, I try. This is my one time I like to, get out there and meet with the community. I think I'm going to start live streaming. And I've said this before, I know, like Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And just kind of, that way I can get my content out there and I don't have to be very, not specific, but very organized with it in that video form. Sometimes it just gets to be too much, especially when you work a full-time job. But I appreciate you being here, Levi. Hopefully your Saturday and your holidays going well. He was probably used as a pawn in this game that politicians big money playing. He very well could be. He could be the patsy that's going to take the fall. And I think it's going to be a good show to find out what happens. I hope he goes to jail. I really do. I think that would be, the whole accountability thing. Like, hey, if you mess around like this, these are the consequences. But he could be used as a pawn. That could totally be true. Barbara Inu. Good evening, Barbara. I hope you're having a good day. Hi, Summers. Hey, Tim. Hello, guys. Appreciate you being here. I don't think so, Tim. There's ItzSumm3rs. Go give him a look. Give him a subscribe. Waddy, time will tell. I think his connections are too strong and powerful. I mean, he did spend a lot of money on campaign. And a lot, and I know they say both sides. I guess he gave a lot more to the Democrats than he gave to Republicans or whatever. But I think he came out and actually said he gave to Republicans, but he did it with dark money. Basically kind of, the end around, because he didn't want it known that he was giving money to Republicans because it doesn't fit the narrative for somebody like him who's in the position he was in. Waddy, time will tell. I think his connections are too strong. Yeah, I don't know. The SEC is not playing around with these scammers. Yeah, I see they've arrested several more people. I know it was a bunch of influencers and stocks. But yeah, it looks like they're finally going after some people who actually did, wrong things. People who committed fraud. Like the SEC going after Ripple, right? And they've not made any assertions that they've committed fraud in any way. Right. So it's really a non-criminal type. Hi, Barbara. Waddy, Gensler is his buddy. Yeah, I wonder how, well, okay, we only have another month and then Republicans are going to take over and Gensler is probably going to end up quitting. Sweet Daniel. Just come over to Android. I don't know if I told you guys the story, but I started off with first it was BlackBerry, and then it was iPhone. Had iPhone for years. We decided to switch it up and go Android, and did Android for 2 years. And then both of my boys, and this was just probably 3-4 years ago, they said that I don't like the Android. I want to go back to Apple. So we took a family vote, and we all went back to Apple. So I mean, I'm familiar with Android. I did have it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I guess it's that personal preference. Are you Ford or are you Chevy? Or are you a lunatic and you're a Dodge guy? I apologize if I offended any Dodge fans out there. I can get you guys all the Disney stuff you want. Shaman, you must, do you live near Disneyland, Disney World, maybe Southern California? Love androids, always and forever. Okay. All right. Still, they will lock him up even if it means to keep him quiet. Sam will do less than 5 years. Man, that would be a crime right there if he did less than 5 years. But you know what? I can totally see it. A lot of these big guys, get off with pretty light sentences. Slap on the wrist, basically, because of the donations. Yeah, I mean, they're charging him with campaign finance violations. And he admitted that he gave contributions with dark money, right? That he admitted that. He admitted to giving campaign contributions in more than one name also, which is basically the violation they're accusing him of. Yes, definitely get an Android backup. Oh, backup, even if it's just for Wi-Fi functions. iOS takes forever. Yeah. You know what? That might be a good idea. I'm sure I can get a cheap Android and just use it with Wi-Fi. That way, at least I'll know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the Pure Wallet and get to use it. Love Android, hate AI. So you don't like the Apple? Is that what you're saying? Hi, Sam. Oh, same to you. I am used to Android, and Apple seems like a pain. I've never had an issue myself. Never had an issue, but like I said, it's kind of apples or oranges. Upgrade to an upgrade. Got you guys. All right. You know what? I would have to convince the rest of my family because we're all on one plan. Actually, I don't know if we would have to all do. I've never even looked at it. Maybe I can get an Android and everybody else can keep their Apple because I'm pretty sure my kids are not going to switch. Yes, Sam is a pasty, very much like Lee Harvey Oswald, complicit. Yes, the brains of operation. No. Yeah, didn't seem like he was the mental genius that they were trying to make him out to be. Never ends well for Patsy. Yes. Yeah, I wonder if his surveillance cameras are gonna have a little outage at some point in the night, and they're gonna find something happened to him. Remember what happens when Adam used to yes, that's a good analogy. It didn't go so well, did it? And Android all the way. Gosh, everybody's Android, so maybe I'm the odd one out. I thought about switching to Android. Apple really isn't that innovative anymore since Steve Jobs passed away. Yeah, it makes you wonder, right? And I know there's a comedian who talks about this. Did Steve Jobs, was he the one coming up with all of the ideas and the tech, or did he just say, hey, make this better? Selmo Fudd in the house. Happy holidays, Sean. Well, happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that good stuff. If you believe in that sort of thing. Hopefully the holiday is going to go well for everybody. We don't have any major crappy news. Thanks, Selmo. I appreciate you showing up. Sniff, but being that Sam is from the tribe, I'm positive that they will stage his phony conviction. They used the Bill Smith-Mund Act to create hoax defense. I'll have to look that one up. Saturnalia is coming. I'm not sure what that is. The word android stems from the word androgynous. Yes, android, yeah, being neither female or male. Ford here, love my F-150. Yeah, I like Fords, I like Chevys. I don't really have one particular one. Even Dodge is fine. I was just joking about Dodge. You're in Orlando. Okay, so yeah, you got the Disney World. Selmo. Chargers are 20 years and up. Yeah, they're saying if they added everything together, concurrently, basically it'd be about 150 years he's facing. Now, I'm sure he's not going to get that. I would think 20 years would be appropriate for financial crimes, but it all depends on, if they can prove intent and they can prove, all these other things, or if he plea deals, to lesser charges and, for less time or whatever. I'm pretty sure Caroline right now is talking up a storm with the feds. Tim Shea, I have an Android phone and an iPad Pro. Oh, nice. Yeah, I always wanted to get I want to get an iPad just for when I'm hanging out on the couch and I'm playing games and maybe watching videos. I'm old, so something larger would be nice. You hate iPhone, love Android, but so why, Jeremy, do you have an iPhone if you don't like them and you love Androids? Were Androids sold out in the store? Yes, you have one, but you hate it. That would be terrible. I think Steve Jobs drove the vision to make things better, and they just don't do like they used to. Yeah, you get those innovators out there, and once they're gone, things seem to change. He was an odd person. I remember reading some things about him, about his life, but obviously, business-wise, knew what he was doing. Waddy, the total charge is over 100 years. If he only serves 5, it would be unheard of. Expect 20-year sentence. Out 10 with parole. So if these are federal crimes, and I believe these are federal crimes, you're mandatory 80% you have to serve. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Only because I know somebody who ended up going to prison for 10 years, and they said this is federal. You're doing 80% minimum. Exactly, Jeremy. So if he does 5, everyone will figure out why. Yeah, 5 might be too obvious. I do have an iPad. They are leader in tablets. Phone, no good. All right. The first Apple computer sold for $666. Oh, my. My kids are iPhones. In order to enforce screen times location, I had to switch to iPhone since they don't allow other apps to manage devices. Gotcha. Okay, so for kid reasons. Make sure they're not on any bad sites, and yeah, you can obviously limit the usage on that. So that's a good reason. My kids are, 19 and 17, so they pretty much do whatever they want. But I will have to go out and check out a cheap Android just to play with. Hang on one second. Oh, MMAI up. We're in the green. One of the few. Volts up a little bit. Lily. I don't even want to talk about Lily. I'm done with Lily. So the charges. Has everybody seen this stupid thing with CZ and Kevin O'Leary? It's hilarious. But there's another video. I don't know if you guys have seen this one. This one is super funny. I saw it on somebody else's channel. I don't remember who I had this, but this video is hilarious. Have you guys seen this video? I don't know how much of it I could show. If I could show those, I don't know the rules on this. Yes, poor Lily. Is it too low? Too high? Oh, can you guys not hear that? Yes, this is a super funny video. Yeah, Austin. Maybe that's where I saw it. Maybe Austin was playing. Maybe I was watching his video. Turn on the volume. I don't know how to share. How do I share the sound? It should be. don't know where Kevin will lose. Can't hear, huh? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why you guys can't hear it. All of the sound should go through the microphone. Shake the tab. Let's see if that works. I don't think so. On screen share, you have to click share sound. Okay, let me see. So if I'm edit full screen, I don't know what video file extra camera. Yeah, I don't show an option for sharing sound anyway. Share the sound. Kevin will lose this battle. He is starting this. Yeah, I've lost every single bit of respect for Kevin. Yeah, I don't know how to share it. I'm not going to play it for you then. I'll have to do that once I'm done here. But this guy does a funny job. Share the tab, not the window. How do I share? I don't. Maybe I'm just an idiot, which is likely. That's on share screen option. Share the sound option is on the bottom. Okay, so I think I have to get rid of this screen first. So hang on a second. Okay, there I am. So now I need to video file slides. Why is it not? Stop screen. There we go. Present. Share screen. Share system. Oh, there you go. Look at that. You guys are smart. Okay. Got it. Just tell me if this works. I apologize for wasting your time here. This is the best part.
Sorry, I slipped. Are you all right? Yeah, I'm fine. I just slipped.
You still
You
have
guys
my
hear
money,
that?
right?
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, here it is. Huh. Yeah, it looks a little bit different, but I guess that's fine. Anyways, thanks. I'm gonna head out. Actually, can I have my money back? Oh, yeah, no problem. Just give me a minute. Oh, here you go.
Gives him back 100.
Where's the rest of it? Fucking tokens.
This is him running is hilarious.
Now,
That was too funny. I laughed my ass off when I watched the whole clip. But yeah, I think now I remember it was probably Austin where I saw this one. Works good. Okay, thanks guys. I appreciate it. I learned something here. That was good. What's the? I don't think I watched it to the end. He does a. Oh, here we go.
on Android. All right.
Took me a while to find you.
Shit! Get away, you SEC!
Relax. I'm not the SEC. I'm assembling a team.
That guy's pretty funny. I like that. Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank to Shark Bait. Selmo, yeah, you are right. That's going to probably be one of the more interesting things to see what happens to Kevin O'Leary or Tom. Are any of these lawsuits going to be of use to anybody? Anybody going to win any money from them? I'm going to say no. I doubt it. But are these guys going to pay? Right? Can you be held accountable for taking a commercial endorsement option for these for a company? You know, at what point are you liable? I guess that's going to be the question. MMAI. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to go. I think I'm about finished here, guys and girls. I think I went over everything I wanted to go over. And now I got to go do some Christmas shopping because I'm lazy and I wait till the last second. And then my wife just gives me a list of things, so I don't really have to think for myself. So it works out for all of us. CZ is about to make Kevin look stupid. You know, CZ has his team on this. Yeah, them going back and forth is funny. CZ, I believe, is much more powerful, but he's not here in the U.S. either. And Kevin, you can watch Kevin's interviews and when he's talking to Congress, and he makes it a point to say that Binance is unregulated, and he makes that point, pretty often. All Kevin O'Leary cares about is his own money. How about get the money back for the customers that lost money? Yeah, Crypto Benny, that is what I said when I heard his interview and they were asking him if he lost money or if he still had money or whatever. He not once mentioned, hey, it's terrible for all these other people who lost money and how about helping them. And like, it was basically all about him. And that's, I guess it makes sense from his background and his demeanor. He's very selfish, I believe, in that way. Waddy, later. Sean, great stream. I appreciate that, Waddy. I appreciate you showing up. I'm going to be here again next Saturday, but I'm going to try to stream on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights just to stream more often and get more info out there. So also I need to come up with some good content. And here's my closing point. In the crypto YouTube or social media space, if you try to build a following, if you watch my videos, right, they have a relevancy date of maybe, a week or so. And some of them maybe a couple of weeks, right? But after that, there's no use in going back and watching my old videos because they're all out of date. They don't make any sense anymore. So that is the struggle to find a topic or not necessarily projects, but something in the crypto sphere that has a longer shelf life, right? And that's probably the struggle for a lot of people. And coming up with that idea, I have to, I talked about my kids, my 19-year-old, he started a channel, a YouTube channel, just over 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. And the content he's doing is just about cars, right? So that's, his world is huge as far as getting people to watch, and doing crypto. Obviously it's a very small community. But he ended up, like, we're still amazed every day I get up and I see how many views does he have on one of his videos. I think he's at 42,000, 43,000 views right now for a video that's 2 weeks old. And, I think he's coming up on 450 or 500 subscribers. And it just keeps going, right? This is content that you can see anytime, a year from now, 5 years from now, you can still go back and it would be relevant content because it's just about the history of, a certain car or whatever. But anyway, that's kind of where I'm going in the future of this channel. But thanks for listening to me ramble on there for a second. If you made it this long, have a great night, Daniel. I appreciate it. You do the same. Money managers of these stars should be more liable yes. And you'd think that somebody is supposed to do the research, right? Somebody goes and talks to them and makes sure, that there's nothing weird going on, that they're going to put their name to a business that's, shady or scammy or, in other words, evil, right? How much nobody did any due diligence. I think that's what we already established. Not one person did due diligence on FTX other than just talking to Sam. So with that, everybody, I appreciate you guys showing up. I do appreciate the support every single week. I am going to go and, I don't know, probably watch some football now. You guys all have a great weekend. And if I don't see you or hear or talk to you again, then have a great Christmas. All right. Peace out.